please. Taking our hands to our knees, we'll practice seated cat-cow. With an inhale, lift up the chest, lengthen, looking up. As you exhale, rounding, tilting the pelvis, drawing lower belly in. Inhale to lengthen again, send the shoulders back, lift heart. Exhale to round your lower belly in and tilt the pelvis. Once more, inhale to lengthen, lifting, looking up. Exhale to round, drawing lower belly in. Inhale to a flat back. Take our hands behind our head until they see the fingers. Draw the elbows up, lifting up through your chest and your gaze, looking up. Press to the ground, earthing with your hips, your bones, your feet. And lengthen through each vertebra as if you could create more space between the vertebrae, lighting up your spine, your column of light, Sushumna, all the way to the crown of the head. Let's move with our breath now. With an exhale, draw the chin into the chest. An inhale, reach the chin up and the elbows up. Twice more. Exhale, draw the chin into the chest. Lower belly draws in. Inhale, lengthen, looking up. Exhale to draw in again. And inhale to rise, lifting elbows. Let's drop the right hand to the ground, lift the left elbow up. Feel into this nice stretch through your left side. One more breath. And then taking a hand to the back of the head, dropping the other hand down, lifting up this right side. Breathing through. Right elbow and gaze, looking up. And exhale, hands down. Drawing your hands to the back, interlacing fingers, please. Lifting up your chest, your gaze, your chin. Exhale, let's bow forward, taking the hands up, or resting them on your lower back if it's a bit uncomfortable for you to lift the hands behind you. One more breath. Breathing to the back of the lungs, the shoulders, across your heart. And then slowly coming up. Let's take it onto our hands and knees, please. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Flatten the shins and the feet at the back. Spread all of the fingers and have the pads of the hands pressing down, lifting up through the center of the palm. Let's practice cat-cow again, just warming up our spine as we're going to be doing some back bends in our focus of our flow today. Inhale, lengthen the heart and the tailbone. Exhale to round, drawing up through lower belly, press the ground away. Inhale to lengthen again, lifting heart and tailbone. Exhale to round as you draw up and arch. One more time. Inhale, lifting sternum and hips back. Exhale to round, drawing up through your core, arching. Inhale to a flat back. Let's take our right foot to the back of the mat, tuck the toes under. Press through this right leg, just warming through the muscles. Feel the thigh. Let's activate the glute, lifting the foot up, little pulses with the leg in the air. Notice this leg line, how it's moving, trying to level your shoulders, keep your core engaged, looking forward. We'll still the leg, take the left hand to the side of the mat, off the mat possibly. Right foot steps behind left, the side plank, lifting the right hand up. 3 arches with this right hand underneath the left side body. As you exhale, draw the hand underneath. Inhale to reach it high. Exhale under, draw up through lower belly. Inhale to lengthen, lifting up once more. Exhale under. Inhale to reach high. So we'll take the right hand down and then swivel the left foot behind the knee slightly. Turn yourself to the side of the mat for a stretch out with your hands forward and looking forward to really lengthen your spine. Often we do this decompressive breath to the back of the hips, the lower sacrum and the lower back. So feel into the hips, moving back and the heart forward. Breathing to the back of the lungs. One more breath. And then walking the hands back to the front of the mat. Let's take tabletop again. Just have a little sway so you're centered, hands are equal, spreading the fingers, activating. Take the left foot back to the back of the mat now. Level shoulders, lift through core. Lengthen the back of the neck, soften your face and jaw. Pressing through this leg line. Now pulsing the leg, lift it up in little pulses. Activating the glute, noticing if there's difference in rhythm or how the leg moves or how the body is adjusting for the movement. I'm trying to equalize balance with awareness and full body embodied breath. Taking this left foot behind the right now, lifting left hand to the sky, reaching up, press to the ground and lift. Exhale, we'll take this left arm under the right arm. Inhale to reach it high. Exhale, left arm under. Inhale to lift high. Once more, exhale under. Inhale to lift high. Exhale, take the left hand down to the ground and turn the body so you're onto the other side of the mat now. Tilt the right foot behind the right knee. We forward fold. Lengthening and looking forwards, feeling into the lower back, the hips moving back, the heart forward. One more breath. And then slowly coming back to center. On your tabletop, take the elbows down to the ground underneath shoulders, from the feet to the back of the mat for forearm plank, please. Lifting up through your shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Feel the legs, knees can be down to help you if you need that. Press to the toes. One more breath. And then we'll exhale, carefully drop the knees and the pelvis down to the ground. Sphinx pose, wiggle onto the front of your thighs. Check that the feet are level and the toes are all turned down. Notice even the little toes if you can. Pressing the toes lightly to the ground, activate the leg line, lift up through the glutes, lift up through the spine, the sides of the body. Breathing equal through the front with an inhale and the back as you exhale. Leveling your jaw and softening your face. Sending the heart forward, one more breath. And then let's contact our core as we exhale. We'll draw up the hips and look down to the knees, level the body. Inhale, looking forward, take the hips down to the ground. Twice more. Exhale, drawing up. Inhale, looking forwards, long spine. Exhale, drawing up, feel shoulders and core lifted. Inhale to look forward and lengthen from toes to the crown of the head. We'll go on to our left side of our body now. So left forearms to the ground. Tilt the elbow just underneath the shoulder, maybe the hands at a slight diagonal. Lifting this right knee up towards your body, flex the foot. Feel the left side of the rib cage lowering to the ground to get a nice stretch through this left side of your body. And then you can just hold the knee as it is, or you can take the hand to the back of the calf area or the knee area if that's comfortable. Or if it's not going to make any cramping in the lower back, taking the hand to the foot, first two fingers to your big toe with your thumb. Lengthen to the left foot as well as the right, flexing this right foot up, maybe straightening the leg a bit more, breathing the heel up and stretching through this leg line to warm up our legs. One more breath, softening through your face and a bit of softness in the shoulders, but left shoulders activated, keeping you level. One more breath. Side now, so coming through Sphinx for a moment, just shuffle onto both front of thighs, both elbows under shoulders, looking forwards. And then we'll move to the other side. So moving on to the right elbow, right side of the body, bending the left knee, flex the foot. Sorry, flex the foot and have this knee into your shoulder. Feel into the right side of the body, lowering to the ground. And taking one more breath. Let's now start to work on the leg. Maybe the knees just staying in towards the body, the left shoulder, or the hand goes around the back of the calf, the back of the knee area, maybe to the foot, maybe first two fingers and thumb to the big toe. We're working on straightening the leg, slowly lifting the heel, activating the muscles, feel the thighs activated, the hamstrings stretched. Level the left hip over right and the left shoulder over right. One more breath, pressing through the leg line. And then slowly lowering that leg down, coming back to Sphinx for 3 more breaths. Let's take the elbows under the shoulders, wriggle onto the front of the thighs again. Maybe lifting the feet up now. So you lift the feet up towards the back of the body. And we're looking forwards, lengthening through the spine. Your leg activation and spine. One more breath. Then slowly lowering the feet down. Tuck the hands under shoulders, toes at the back of the mat. Bring the elbows into the sides of the body. Press away from the ground to child's pose, taking the hips back to the heels. Lengthen the hands forward, coming onto the fingertips, soften your shoulders, your face. Have a stretch through. Let's take the hands over to the right side, arching the hands over. Press the left hip to left heel. Coming back through center, taking the hands over to the left. And press the right hip to right heel. Inhale, come back through center. Let's lift up to downward facing dog now. Pedaling out our feet. As one knee bends, the other heel presses down. Going to the other side when you're ready. Lifting one foot up, circle the ankle round one way and then the other. And then lifting the other foot up, circling that ankle to both ways. Bend the knees a little bit, take the inner thighs back and up, and lift the sit bones, broadening them away from each other. Feel the breath through the back of the lungs, the spine, long, head is soft. Armpits are lifted so you're not pressing back in the shoulders too much, you're lifting them. And really pressing to both hands in balance, feeling the strength of your body. Coming back to plank with an inhale, move the feet back a little bit to check your length in your down dog. The feet stay where they are now with the hands the same. And move the hips back into your down dog. Maybe bending the knees again. Twice more. Inhale forward to plank. Keep it long, looking forwards. Exhale, bending knees. Lifting core, sending it back to down dog. Once more. Inhale forward to plank. Feel the legs, level hips. Lift through shoulders and gaze. Exhale, bend the knees. Send the inner thighs back. With the sit bones broad. Taking your awareness forward, walking the feet to the top of the mat now, please. Hanging in forward fold, ragdoll style. Hands to opposite elbows as you sway from side to side. Relaxing your face, relax your jaw. Let all the weight hang out of the body, maybe shrugging your shoulders. Maybe having a blow out of your lips through your lips being pursed, making a funny noise. Relaxing your face, maybe having a sigh. And then let's roll up to standing all the way to the top of our mat in Tadasana. Softening our shoulders, maybe shrugging our shoulders a couple of times. And let's take a few arm movements, just circling one shoulder as the arm circles around. And then we'll go to the other side, circling that arm around. Preparing for our back bends with our flow today. We're going to be doing a few different styles of vinyasa as we lower down and then coming up to a few different back bends in that vinyasa. So let's take our hands above our head, interlace the fingers, point the index finger up like the start, the Tara Bodhi Arrow Vassal Mudra, lifting up to the top fingers, lifting your shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Looking up now, you can maybe take the hands back a little bit above the head and back, but don't jar your lower back. Always lift up from the hips, lift out of the pelvis, lengthen through the spine before you move the hands back over the head at all. Breathing one more breath here, please. And then closing the hands in front of your heart in prayer, Anjali Mudra. Let's set our intention for our practice, for our day, for the weekend ahead. Closing your eyes for a moment, assess the weight of your body, the feet, spreading the toes, lifting up through the inner arches, the shins, the kneecaps, drawing up through the thighs, the core, softening across your heart, your shoulders and your face. Landing through the spine. Notice the spine just in its natural position now for you. As if you could see inside and see each vertebra. With your intention, breathing through your spine, creating spaciousness. And in yoga, the spine is a light column called Shashima, a column of light. So perhaps every time that we breathe through our back bends, you can imagine your spine lighting up as it is. Let's start with an inhale, reach the hand up to the sky, looking up. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, looking forwards to a flat back, lift lower belly. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with right foot, right knee down, or high lunge if you want to power up. Hands up, you can choose options with the hands together or index finger pointing up and looking up a bit, maybe more as usual to just focus with your back bends. Exhale, hands down, stepping back to plank, press the ground away. Exhale, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga as you lower. Inhale, sweep the heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, back to down dog, pressing the ground. With the hands and the feet equalizing through the body, lifting shoulders and hips. Equal breath with Ujjayi breath, sound breath. And noticing the sound, create your own meditation as you move. Inhale, lifting right foot up to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in, stepping that foot forward. And left knee down or high lunge. Reaching the hands overhead again. Choosing your hand options, looking up, stretching this left front of hip, press to both feet, exhale, hands down, stepping forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway, exhale, folding in, lift lower belly and shoulders, inhale, rise up to the top, reaching up, looking up, exhale, forward, fold down again. Inhale to look forward and lengthen. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with left foot, low or high lunge again, your choice. Reaching hands high, choosing your hand options. Softening face and shoulders, lifting through core and heart. Exhale, hands down, stepping back to plank. Inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, elbows in as you lower. Inhale, forward to cobra, upward facing dog if you like. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths, centering through and balancing with equanimous breath. Lifting through your shoulders, feeling the spine long. Inhale, lifting left foot up to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in, step it forward. Low or high lunge again, your choice. Reaching the hands up, choose your hands. Soften, feel this balance of strength and softness as you press the ground away. Exhale, hands down, stepping forwards with an inhale, looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, lift lower belly and shoulders. Inhale, rise up to the top, reaching up. Exhale, folding down again. Inhale to look forward and lengthen. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with right foot, low or high lunge. Again, your choice. Lifting hands overhead. Let's drop the left hand to the back of the right thigh now. Feel the stretch through this whole right side, from toes to fingers, looking up, lifting heart. Exhale, we take right hand down to the ground, lift the left hand and turn to the left. Right knee can be down or lifted, and we're focusing on the left outer hip, drawing in. Exhale, hands down, stepping back to plank with an inhale. Exhale, let's lower all the way to the ground now. Inhale for wide cobra, hands off the sides of the mat, onto your fingertips, bend the knuckles, lifting when you're ready, firm the feet equal. Exhale to lower, twice more. Inhale to rise up, lifting heart and gaze. Exhale to lower. Inhale to engage, firm the feet, lift through the glutes and the spine, lifted from the hips. Exhale, hands down, hands under shoulders, firm the feet, back through child's pose or plank. You can come up through plank with your knees down. Taking down dog when you're ready, have a little pedal out. One more breath. With an inhale, lifting right foot up to the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in, step it forward, low or high lunge. Inhale, reach the hands overhead. Exhale, dropping right hand to back of left thigh. Lift to the left fingers. Lengthening, feel front of left hip. Exhale, left hand down. Lift the right hand, turn to the right. Feel outer right hip for this revolve lunge, looking up to the thumb. Feel pressing to the left toes. Exhale, hands down, stepping forwards with an inhale. Looking forwards, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to the top, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, forward fold down again. Inhale to look forward and lengthen. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with left foot, low or high lunge. This time we're going to take the hands to your thigh, one hand on top of the other, looking forwards, round the back slightly, so you've got a slight arch with the shoulders, and lift from the hips forward. So you're trying to send the hips back slightly, the heart forwards, draw up through the back of the body, and this really helps decompression in the lower back. One more breath. Right, exhale, we're going to take the hands back and hover here. We'll do 3 breaths, lifting and lowering. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands back, body forwards, lowering. You can move the left heel down if you need to, and firm the left heel down for warrior 1. Exhale to lower again. Inhale to rise. And once more, exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Lifting up now, take the hands overhead, Uttara Bodhi Mudra, arrow pointing that index finger up, looking up, and then exhale, hands down, stepping back to plank. With an inhale, press the ground away. Exhale, lowering all the way down to the ground. Taking wide cobra again, hands to the sides onto The fingertips, knuckles facing forwards, firm the front of the thighs to the ground. Inhale, rise up, shoulders back. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. If this is too hard for you, you can try Sphinx instead. Exhale to lower. Once more. Inhale to rise. And exhale to lower. Hands under shoulders, firm the feet, pressing the ground away again as you move the elbows in, press up into your child's pose or plank, and then let's meet in down dog after one more breath. Paddling out in down dog. On your next inhale, lifting left foot up to the sky. Exhale, stepping that foot forward, low or high lunge again. Hands to the front of the thigh, arching the back, looking forward slightly, lifting through the core. Feel from the hips again, sending them back slightly. And feel the spine creating space between the vertebrae again. Lifting through the shoulders to broaden across your thoracic spine. One more breath. Inhale, we reach the hands up to the sky. We'll do 3 lower downs. Exhale, hands back, body forwards. Inhale to lift up again. Twice more. Exhale to lower, hands back. Inhale to rise up. Once more. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Hands overhead, interlace. Index finger pointing up again, looking up, stretching through. The heart lifted. Exhale, hand down. Stepping forwards with an inhale. Looking forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Lift lower belly and shoulders. Inhale, rise up to the top. Reaching up, looking up. Exhale, forward fold down again. Inhale to look forwards and lengthen. Exhale, stepping right foot back. Firm the heel down now for warrior one. Reaching hands over the head. Exhale, open warrior two. Hands wide, feet maybe a bit wider to the length of the mat. Check your feet at center as well. Looking to see left big toe just beyond the knee. Dancing warrior with an inhale, reach the left hand up. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm over. Twice more, inhale, lifting left hand high. Exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm over. Once more, inhale to reach up, looking up. Exhale, forearm to thigh, right arm over. Inhale, come back to center. Let's press our warrior two to the right now. Taking your hands to the middle and then just move them so that the right foot turns to the back of the mat and the hands are wide to the right side. Looking over the right middle finger. Dancing warrior again to this side. Inhale, lift right hand up. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm over. Inhale, lift right hand up. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm over. Once more, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, right forearm to thigh, left arm over. Inhale, come to center. And let's turn for warrior one to the back of the mat for a breath. Turning hips level to face forwards and shoulders soft over hips. Exhale, come back through center. We'll draw the feet parallel now, hands to the hips. Wide forward fold. This is really good to lengthen the spine. With an inhale, lifting, looking up. Exhale, hinge the hips back, body forwards as you fold. Keep a micro bend in the knees. Reach the hands as far forward as you can. Looking forwards, lengthen. Hips back in your awareness to create that room in the lower lumbar again. Imagining there's 5 broad vertebrae at the bottom of the spine where it forms the sacrum as well. And imagine that you could breathe through those 5 vertebrae, creating space between each, your sacrum, your sit bones. One more breath. And then bringing the hands back underneath the body. We're going to tilt our awareness to our left foot, bend the left knee, and pick up the left heel most probably. Lift the right foot so it's flexed to the back of the mat. Either the hands are down on the ground or hands to your heart for Skandasana, warrior lunge. One more breath. Maybe looking to the right toes. And then moving awareness all the way to the right foot now. Then the right knee, maybe the heel lifts off the ground, flexing the left toes up, hands to your heart when you're ready for your Skandasana lunge. Lengthening, lifting up through the spine. Exhale, hands down. Let's walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. Turn the body parallel into plank, stepping back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, let's lower down all the way to the ground. Hands over the head. In full body pranam prayer, as you just soften and feel your breath again, breathing through. Now let's take some variations. We're going to move the hands shoulder width apart and the feet a little bit apart but level. Lifting one hand and opposite foot, one side and then the other. Keep that going. Hand and opposite foot, lift and lower. Lifting up through the arms equally and the legs equally. Checking into both sides. Trying to equalize and balance. Breathing through. One more breath. Ending on the opposite side, you can start with please. And then we'll lower for crocodile, crossing the forearms to the top of the mat, swaying the feet over the legs from side to side. So this is relaxing crocodile. We're going to practice active crocodile now. Can be quite hard on our shoulders and our upper cervical spine. So just go careful and steady. Move the front of the thighs down to the mat again. Hands behind the head. Hands can be interlaced, or if it's more comfy, fingers to the side of the neck around the ears. We'll lift the chest, lift the elbows back, lift the feet for crocodile, Makarasana. Maybe you'd like to stay a bit lower and level, or you lift up a bit. It just depends on you and your body, what's nice for you, what's comfortable. Keep breathing with an inhale, lifting, lengthening. Exhale to lower. Feel into the spine with length, with light again, lighting up. And the smile shape of your spine with the new moon. The new moon in Taurus, like we have been working with the last few days. For the earth, with earthly delights, with earthly beauty. One more breath. And then resting in crocodile again. Swing the feet over the legs if you'd like to release any pressure in the lower back. We'll next practice one leg locust pose. So we'll take our hands to the sides of the hips, level the front of the thighs down to the ground again. Level the shoulders and just have the chin softly resting on the ground. We lift one foot up above you, up to the back, feeling into the stretch from the toes all the way through this leg line. Pressing through as if you could be pulling the foot back. One more breath. And then lowering down. Take it to the other side. You can have a rest if you need to. Leveling hips, shoulders and face. Just lifting the foot high behind. And then down. Have a rest. Let's practice full locust now. Hands can be with backs of hands to the ground. Lifting chest and lifting feet. Walk the hands back a bit to move the shoulders down, but don't overreach through your neck and your jaw. You can have the hands hovering as well to the sides. 2 more breaths, please. Inhale, pressing the ground away, belly being massaged to the mat. Exhale to soften. Keep that going. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Softening, turning one cheek to the mat. Have a sigh. And turn the other cheek to the mat. Have a sigh. Next, you can practice any of those variations of back bends that you like again, or locust with the hands high, or with them bound behind you, pressing the shoulder blades towards each other, or bow, Dharana, taking our hands to the sides of the feet, move the big toes and knees together, lifting heart, lifting knees. 3 more big breaths. In any back bend, any of those variations you like, lifting up through the heart, through the legs, lifting through the spine, awakening, resetting and recalibrating. 1 more breath. And then lowering down. Resting for a moment. You can choose crocodile if you like, crossing forearms above you. Again, resting, other side. So we're next going to practice frog. It's a nice hip opener, and it involves us staying on the front of our body, so we get to relax a bit more. Let's take our right knee out to the side, and the knees level with the hip. Turn and flex the toes to the side, so the foot is parallel to the ground, and it's 90 degrees from the shin. You can have the hands just resting in crocodile with the head down, or you can come up into Sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders in this as well as your variation. Feel into the inner right hip and pelvis, and as if you could draw that to the ground a bit more with your awareness. Lengthen through the spine, leveling hips and shoulders. Notice both feet. And through from the big toes, there's a meridian line with acupuncture and Chinese medicine with the nadis, they're called in yoga. Nadis are said to be 40 to 70,000 nadis, energy pathways in your body. From the big toes, it connects to our liver, drawing up through the inner seam of the legs to the inner pelvis and to the liver on the right hand side of the lower ribs. So as you breathe, just breathing across your belly. 2 more big belly breaths. Great, let's lower down with that leg now. Maybe lower down into crocodile if you need to, or stay in Sphinx. We'll go to the other side. Left knee out to the side, hip level, hip height, and flexing those toes out as well. Notice the left inner pelvis down to the ground. Level the hips, level the shoulders, lift through the spine again. Looking forwards. As we breathe through this liver line, the inner pelvis, strengthening and stabilizing. Breathing to the lungs and the lower lungs, the diaphragm. Massaging our liver on the right side. Breathing well. The liver, our detoxing, cleansing, refreshing, revitalizing organ. The liver also links to your eyes. So seeing with a refreshing energy, cleansing your eyesight, and with a soft drishti, soften your gaze. 1 more breath, please. And then slowly lowering that leg back into Sphinx or Crocodile for 2 more breaths. Resting or engaging through your spine. Lowering down with the hands under your shoulders. Press up into a kneeling position. We're on tabletop actually. So your hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll now practice full frog. For this you need to move the knees off the mat. Depends whether you have floor or carpet, but both will be fine. Don't go too slippy with the knees. Have some control. And then the more you move the hips back, the deeper the stretch will be. So the knees are out hip level with the hips. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. You're in full frog, flexing the feet. Feet are again about 90-degree angle from the shins and the ankles in line with the knees. The more we take the hips back, the deeper the stretch will be. Lowering the hips as well. Finding a nice edge for yourself where it's not painful, but you're working, you're not over pressing, and you've got balance of awareness. Breathing through the front body with an inhale, and the back body as you exhale. Taking 2 more breaths. And frogs are really beautiful animals, aren't they? Lots of frogs, babies around at the moment with tadpoles in the ponds in England. Carefully bringing the hips forwards and shuffle onto your knees. Your hips will feel quite stiff after that. Let's take the hands forward, hips back into child's pose. Knees are hip distance apart, not too wide, please. And just have a sway from side to side. Taking the hands over to the left again, arching, pressing right hip to right heel. Taking the hands over to the right, arching, taking left hip to left heel. And then coming up into a kneeling position, Virasana. We'll practice Supta Vinasana now. So we're going to lean back a bit. You've got some choices. You can just stay like this with the heels underneath the hips and the hands back, lifting your heart and your gaze. Or you can take the feet out to the sides of the hips, nestle down through the glutes to the mat. Check that the knees are level. They can be separated a bit. And if you need to get a bit more alignment and lower down easier, you can move the calf, so you hold the calf muscle out to the side and then nestle down on both legs. So you're moving the calf muscle out so you can get a bit lower. Often it's nice to have a book or a blanket or a pillow underneath your hips if you're feeling any strain. Then we take the hands back again onto your hands if that's enough, or carefully lowering down onto your elbows. If you like to lower all the way and it's comfortable for you, of course you can do that. Once we've lowered, we can lift the hips a bit forward, and maybe if you're on your elbows or the hands, lifting the hips up a bit more so they're up and you're engaging more. Stretch out through the hips. This is great for our knees as well, getting fresh blood and strengthening our knee ligaments and all the connective tissue, the fascia. Feel the stretch across the front of the hips, the psoas muscle from the top of your thighs to your lower ribs. Breathing through, 1 more big breath, lifting your hips, lifting through the front of the body, lifting gaze perhaps, softening your face. And then lowering down, carefully coming up with the hands and coming back to a tabletop position. Have the feet flat on the ground now and just tap the feet to release any fresh blood, any fresh energy. Now we'll come to a seated position, please. Hips on the ground, feet forward. Practice Paschimottanasana, forward fold, is great counter pose after all that spine work. Level the feet a little bit wider than together so that they're slightly apart, hip distance apart. Move any glute fresh from the sides with an inhale. Reach the hands up, looking up. Exhale, forward fold. Hover halfway, lift through pelvic floor, lower belly. Inhale, reach the hands further forwards, looking to the toes. And exhale, hands soften either to the sides of the legs, to the feet, or first two fingers and thumbs to the big toes. Flexing the feet, activating the legs, looking to the toes, drawing up through your pelvic core. Lower belly is drawn in and hollowed. Feel from the sacrum, the sit bones, grounding to the earth, lengthen up through each vertebra of the spine, lengthening and creating this light between each vertebra again with your awareness, lighting up one vertebra to the next like a staircase, and the light in between each vertebra, the space. With an inhale, flowering this energy through your lungs, through the back of the lungs, to the crown of the head. As you exhale, rooting down to the earth. Taking 3 more breaths. Inhale to lengthen and flower. Gazing to the feet. Exhale to lower, drawing through lower belly and rooting down. One more breath, please. And then slowly coming up to the top. Let's shuffle our hips forward, flatten the feet to the top of the mat. We'll lower down onto our backs, taking the hands forward, rolling back slowly through our core. Notice your sacrum, your hips to the ground, lowering to the lower back slowly through the mid-back. Hands over the head when you're ready, stretch to the fingertips, and then drawing the knees into your chest, have a little rock from side to side. So we've only got time for a few more postures. If you'd like to do shoulder stand instead of these relaxing postures, of course you can take shoulder stand, and you know what to do. I'm sure we've been through it quite a lot of times. Otherwise, we're just going to practice happy baby, taking first 2 fingers and thumbs to the big toes, if we can reach the feet. Or if that's not available, just take your hands to your calf shin areas, or the backs of the thighs, and weight the knees down to the sides of the body. Flex the feet, rest the shoulders, the back to the mat. Maybe have a sway from side to side, massaging shoulders, spine and hips. Relaxing your face and your jaw as well. And then from happy baby, let's just release the hands away from the legs. Turn the ankles and the wrists around in circles one way and then the other, please. Taking your hands around your right knee, interlacing the fingers, straighten the left foot to the top of the mat. Flex both feet, level the shoulders, and they stay down to the ground, with the back resting. Press this knee in towards the right shoulder area. So outer right ribs, right shoulder area, aiming at slight diagonal. Just stretch out through the hips and the inner thighs, flexing both feet. And now take the hands to the back of the thigh, straightening the leg up. Flex the feet again, straightening this heel, these toes up. And the foot's aiming to the upper right corner of your mat. Holding onto the thigh or the calf, or if you have availability, first your finger and thumb to the big toe as you move the foot out to the side. Keep the hips level and the left hand can move to the left hip to weight it down to just check that they're level. With this foot lowering to the right, just carefully, slowly, with each breath, stretching out. Bringing the leg back over the body, bend the knees slightly, and then take it straight over to the left side. You can keep the right shoulder down. You can bend the right knee as well into a normal spinal twist, or the right leg can be straight. So you can either have the right leg straight or bent knee. And as you keep the right shoulder down, look to the right. The palm of the right hand's turned up or shoulder height, maybe with the elbow bent. Enjoying a nice spinal twist, breathing through this right side. And then we'll slowly come back to center. Rock onto your back with your knees in towards your chest a few times. Just have a rock from side to side. We'll interlace the fingers around the left knee now, straightening the right foot to the top of the mat. Flexing both feet, pressing this left knee into the left rib area towards the left shoulder again. Level the shoulders, the back is level, pressing to the mat. Flexing the feet. One more breath, please. And then straightening the leg, taking the hands to the thigh or the calf area. The thigh is quite nice because it's stretching your hamstring and you're holding your hamstrings and carefully just giving them some love, some awareness as you stretch this leg up straight. Heel is growing out from the hip. Both feet flexed and engaged. And then overtaking your hand to the thigh, the calf to move the left leg out to the side, right hand to right thigh, right hip. Or if you can reach the first two fingers and thumbs to the big toes, stretching like that. Shoulders relaxed, leveling the back and the hips. Resting your face, relaxing all your muscles of your face. Flexing the feet, stretching to the heels. Taking the leg over the body, you can bend the knee and take it all the way over to the right. All the legs staying straight over to the right. Left shoulder stays down to the ground. Left hand at shoulder height, maybe the elbows bent, palm turned up. Your choice, either the leg is straight, holding onto the leg, the foot, or bending the knee for your normal spinal twist. Breathing through this left side, through the left lung, around the left hip. Inviting spaciousness, refreshing energy. And then we'll slowly come back to neutral with the back on the mat. Hug the knees in, sway from side to side. Maybe circling the wrists and the ankles again before we rest in Shavasana. And then as you lower your legs, choosing restorative rest with the knees bent, inner knees touching, or straight legs, creating some space away with the hands from the body, turning the palms up, resting in this light of your practice of prana, of energy, soaking in. And perhaps you have the hands softly away from the body, or the left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Sending love And healing light through every cell, every organ within you.